Welcome back to Respawn episode... Wait a minute. No, we're not. We're Respawn Aim Fire. Episode 76.
No, we're the game development company now. That's us.
Wait a minute. Respawn. They got...
Titanfall. We make Titanfall. That's us. We made that game together. Just us two.
Some bitches got canned and went to Respawn. Or did Respawn get canned?
No. Respawn basically replaced... What was the studio that Amy Hennig was working at? They got tanked by
Montreal?
EA.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Montreal. That's where a lot of her shit went. Was in Montreal. She was in California. I don't remember. But that's not important.
Visceral. It was Visceral.
Visceral. That's what we're looking for. Visceral.
Yes.
Visceral Games. R.I.P. NYPD. BYOB. TCBY.
Whatever that means. Let's go on.
That's Bring Your Own Beer, the country's best yogurt.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a kind of part 2 episode since we kind of had some technical difficulties in the last one. So we're just going to start off with some Fetch Quest news stories.
TDs, as they say in the biz.
So this is basically just the back half of an episode.
Yeah,
which is
so
the
if
good
you guys
stuff.
Want to know all about Spider-Man PS4 and my Smash Bros. Stuff, Part 1 released 2 days ago. Go back and listen to that. This is Part 2. We're just going to pick back up with our quests.
Yep.
Also, yeah, I'm getting sick, so you're going to hear some sniffles, so suck it up, Buttercup.
We have a rumor, which is practically not a rumor, but still not official, so we're going to call it a rumor. And that is that PUBG has been rated for PS4 on a Korean rating board.
You know what this is?
What is that?
This is Blackout is coming out next month. Fortnite is still doing crazy. Mm-hmm. And this is some experimental Ukrainian cancer cure that they're like, whatever the fuck we can do, we're out of options. Let's try to bring PUBG back to life.
Well, they have to bring it to PS4 before Blackout comes out.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. Unless it's a big surprise, but I doubt that.
No.
But
poor guys. They still have over 1 million concurrents anyway, so...
It's fine. Yeah, they're fine.
They're not struggling, but they're not as big as they once were.
Let's talk about some real news, though. Like official stuff.
Official.
And then we'll get to the big stories. So, 3 quick little stories here. One is that Dark Souls Remastered for Switch as a network test this weekend. I downloaded it already.
Yep, you can download it. It does require Nintendo Switch Online in order to do the network test.
It does, but we both have that, so it'll be a good opportunity for us to test that out this weekend.
Hashtag family plan. Hashtag game the system. Hashtag never forget.
Speaking of online, Red Dead Online was announced. So there's going to be Red Dead Online kind of accompanying Red Dead Redemption 2, just like GTA Online accompanied GTA 5. They are separate experiences. It is not the same thing, and it's going to be coming out in November.
You know what I love about that announcement, too?
What?
They straight up said, this is a beta.
Yes,
it is in beta. Some shit's going to break. We look forward to fixing it with you.
They also were kind of open, too, kind of saying that when we released GTA Online... we didn't exactly know what it was going to look like, and it took us a little while to get to the heist, and that's where it really grew, and we kind of found our footing. And they just kind of said, hey, we hope to get to that point sooner. And I think they can get away with saying that because they're Rockstar.
Yeah.
They're rock stars.
Be a rock star.
What a terrible pun.
Is that Nickelback? Daughtry?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't care about Nickelback in the slightest.
Yeah, but it might be Daughtry, and he was on American Idol. So.
I don't even know who Daughtry is.
I don't remember his first name.
And then one more small little story here. I actually am excited about this one. PS Now is going to have download support for almost all PS4 games and PS2 games.
Yeah, this was a rumor a few months ago.
It was, yeah. And it makes sense.
They have some PS4 games on there right now, like Bloodborne and Until Dawn. God of War 3 Remastered. Not gonna lie, hearing this made me think, oh man, well, I haven't taken a look at the library that they have in years. Maybe I'll go back and actually look at what they've got. Because they've also introduced promotional pricing to be on par with Game Pass, so it's $9.99 a month, at least for now, or $100 a year. Yeah,
which is very, very tempting. So I think I'm gonna actually get it.
I think the big difference is all the PS3 games are not supporting downloads.
I have a suspicion it's because of the cell processor. It has something to do with that CPU.
That's so weird that they can't figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's very cool. I think this makes sense. I think it makes more sense than having a stream only option. I think streaming is fine as an option, but having a download is kind of a nice thing to have for a game. Yeah. Especially a game like Bloodborne. I don't want to play Bloodborne streaming it. That game is so moment to moment. If it hiccups and I die, I'm going to be pissed.
That sounds like one of the monsters in Bloodborne.
Good job, Chad. That was a nice one.
Thank you.
So that's PS2, PS4 stuff. Do you want to just jump into the PlayStation Classic then?
Dude, with all 3 feet.
So I can already tell we're going to differ a lot in this one. As soon as you said that, I'm like, yeah, we're going to differ a little bit. So explain to us the PlayStation Classic, since you are clearly more excited than I am.
In a blog post... Oh, no, this was TGS? I can't remember. Blog post was the PS Now stuff. This was TGS. PlayStation Classic has been announced, is up for pre-order, and is already starting to sell out at some retailers. This is straight up just aping exactly what the NES and SNES Classic did, but for PlayStation 1. It's about half the size
Which was bound
of
to
the
happen.
original one. Yep. Comes with 2 controllers. They're the original PlayStation controllers before DualShock was announced, so there's no analog sticks.
Yep.
And they've announced 5 of the 20 games that are coming with it, including Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash, Ridge Racer Type 4, Wild Arms, and Tekken 3, and 15 other games that will be coming TBA.
They said they are legendary games.
Yeah, it's $100. I pre-ordered mine as soon as I woke up that morning and saw that there was a tweet from Wario64 that said, hey, the PlayStation Classic's available at Best Buy. I was like, got it. And then I assume that this will sit on my entertainment center like the other 2, unplayed for most of my life. But it's a cool little collector's item to have, and it looks like shit. All of the games look like PlayStation games, which look like shit now.
Yep. So I think that that's exactly why I'm not excited about this. I also, to be perfectly frank, I would not be excited for an N64 for a lot of the same reasons I wouldn't be excited for I'm not excited about the PlayStation Classic.
Yeah,
this is the worst generation of games to bring back. It really is. PS2 would be a lot better. And anything in the 16-bit, which obviously PlayStation doesn't have, so they can't do, would be much more enticing. But it's like, man, I can't wait to play, crappy early 3D games. I don't know. I'm just not excited about that aspect to it. But also...
What I am kind of excited about is the possibility that we might get Metal Gear Solid. I mean,
yeah,
you have to have Metal Gear Solid on it. But also like Symphony
yeah.
of the Night. You can play that right now on Xbox One, but you can't play it on any PlayStation console aside from the Vita. That's current.
So games is where I start to get skeptical. I'm getting very skeptical when it comes to the game. So first of all, they've only announced 5 games and have now opened it up for pre-order.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen all the games before it went up for pre-order. But here's my concern, right? What are some really big franchises that were on PlayStation that minus the ones that we've already announced or already talked about just now, including Symphony of the Night and Metal Gear? Because I think those are probably going to be in that 15. Since those are legendary games. Spyro and Crash.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is a big one that I've seen thrown around. I'm sure Twisted Metal 2 will be on there. Final Fantasy 9 maybe.
Okay.
Shit, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. But
so we have 5 more
there's
games.
Some stuff. Yeah.
5 more games, right?
Oh, yeah, there's going to be some trash on there, just like the NES and the SNES.
I'm not even getting to that. I think there's going to be way more trash than people are anticipating. Do you really think that they're going to put Crash Bandicoot on there when they're already selling Crash Bandicoot Remastered still and in truckloads?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
They're not going to put Crash on there. They're not going to put Spyro on there for the same reason.
They put Secret of Mana on the SNES Classic, and that remaster
But that's different. They're not going to sell tons of copies of Secret of Mana HD.
You don't know that.
They have already been selling tons of copies of Crash Bandicoot.
I promise you they won't put all 3 Crash Bandicoots. Maybe they'll put one of them and then be like, hey, if you don't play the other 2 and the other one's in 4K.
I'm skeptical. Skeptical they're going to put Spyro. And if they've seen a big cash cow in having these... in having these kind of original franchises coming back in remastered form, what's the next one going to be? And if there's going to be a next one, then that's also not going to be included.
No, I think we'll see one from each franchise. Even if it's not the first one. Maybe it's Crash 2, but I think we'll see one from each franchise, and then they'll reserve the rest of them. Like, yeah, you can go buy the shit.
I'm skeptical of that, because I think that if they were going to put Crash, they were going to put those on there, they would have announced those games when they announced the pre-order opened up. But I think if they're saying, hey guys, has Final Fantasy VII on there, pre-orders are opening up today, PlayStation Classic, it just, oh my gosh, instant hype, I'm going for it. And then I'm very curious if they can live up to it further. For me, I'm very skeptical. Yeah. But I also don't think that it doesn't have a reason to exist. I wouldn't have gotten it anyway, even if it had all the Crash games and all the Spyro game and every single Final Fantasy game that came out on PlayStation. I probably still wouldn't have bought this. So I was going to be skeptical anyway of it. But I don't know. I have my concerns.
Cool.
Microsoft not lashed back, but kind of jokingly nudged Sony on Twitter, which is kind of funny. They tweeted, play 500 plus classic Xbox and Xbox 360 titles on your Xbox One today, totally for free.
Okay,
that was kind of funny.
Backwards compatibility does not mean free games from every system.
If you already have it, they're kind of saying it's free. It's a joke.
No one owns an original Xbox game digitally.
It's a joke.
I know it's a joke. I know.
It's a joke. Calm down, you Sony fanboy. But also,
they're just mad because they don't have enough history as a company yet that anyone would care about an OG Xbox console.
I would love to see them make one like OG Xbox. It only has Halo.
It would have Halo. It would have Panzer Dragoon Orta. It would have Oddworld. It would have Project Gotham Racing.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep.
All right.
Crimson Skies would be on it because that's the only other game that they know about. That's what they announced whenever they announced OG backwards compatibility. It's like, who the fuck cares about Crimson Skies? Anyway, more quests. Speaking of old games getting new life, we've got THQ Nordic buying Kingdoms of Amalur from Studio 38. We talked about this. We talked about all of this last week, except for the PlayStation Classic, because that's new. And by last week, I mean 2 days ago. But Kingdoms of Amalur, I played for a few hours on PlayStation. I don't actually know why. Maybe I played the demo and never bought the game. Anyway, it has some incredible combat. It is the best combat I've felt in an RPG before. You feel so powerful. The sound effects, the screen, like the visuals when you land a hit, like the magic animations, you feel super powerful. And it has some cool lore. All the lore was written by R.A. Salvatore. Mm-hmm. Of the Dark Elf trilogy and all the like Baldur's Gate shit. But they might not be able to make any games or re-release that because EA still technically has the publishing rights.
Yes, so they've said that the quote that THQ Nordic has said is basically that they bought this and they're now looking into whether or not they can remake it, remaster it, and they're going to get their heads together and do their homework to figure out what they can do with the property now. And I think it's a really dumb thing for them to say out loud because they've clearly have thought about that before they put money down on this franchise. They know what they want out of it.
Although, I clearly didn't think about what games would be on the PlayStation Classic before I put money down on it, so... Yeah,
but you're just buying a $100 console as opposed to a whole franchise that you hope to make millions of dollars off of in the future.
We don't know they hope to make millions of dollars.
That's true. You also might want to make millions of dollars off of your PlayStation Classic. Who knows?
Exactly.
Yes.
This game, by the way, is infamous for a big lawsuit with the state of Rhode Island because the state government of Rhode Island funded part of this project for some reason.
Which is where I live, very proudly.
Yeah, and
great government I have here.
When the studio went under after not being able to sell enough of it, they had a huge lawsuit.
Yep. And that was owned by Kurt Schilling, the Studio 38. THQ, after we recorded, THQ actually announced some more purchases that they've made.
I know. Oh my god.
So they also bought the franchises Alone in the Dark and Active War. I haven't heard of Active War before, but in the Game Ranked article where they talked about this, they also listed out some of the other franchises that THQ Nordic has been buying recently because this has been a trend. And so far they've bought, outside of Kingdoms of Amalur, Active War, Alone in the Dark, but also Saints Row and Dead Island as well.
And they just bought Time Splitters a few weeks ago.
Yep, they bought Time Splitters a few weeks ago. So they're really opening up their catalog of games a lot.
What is their goal?
So I was thinking that, and I have a theory. I was thinking, are they going to start a streaming service, and they want to have a catalog of games to support the streaming service? And I'm thinking, I don't know.
All of the most okay games under
exactly.
one roof?
Like, I don't think that these games would entice anyone. Maybe Dead Island is the biggest franchise on there. Like, Kingdoms of Amalur, I hear, is a really good game, but it didn't sell anything. It lost money. That's why Rhode Island sued them. But what if they just want to hold on to these properties so that they can sell them to other companies who are going to have their subscription services?
What are they putting out? Have they put out a game anytime recently?
That I don't know. But I think holding these franchises to put them on streaming services would make a lot of sense. That doesn't work as well in the case of Kingdoms of Amalur because they don't have the publishing rights to that. But I think that would actually be a smart business move, if you think about it, to have content to give to streaming services as opposed to hosting your own streaming service.
Yeah.
It might be a smarter business move. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know.
They also, after Activision's license expired with Nickelodeon, THQ Nordic has a new partnership to do Nickelodeon titles. Oh my god.
So...
Oh, Biomutant is the one that they're working on right now. That's what.
Oh, is that them? I hear that that looks really good. Have you seen the trailers for Biomutant?
Yeah, I wasn't super into it.
That's okay. You don't have a soul. It's all right. Let's move on.
Oh, and Darksiders. So they're doing Darksiders, yeah.
That's right. They do Darksiders. Cool. Let's move on.
All right.
So you have some next-gen gossip. Nothing huge necessarily, but I just like talking about this stuff because I feel like we've been hearing a lot of next-gen stuff for something that's apparently so far away. So as I put in my notes here, there's been a lot of smoke for no fire.
Oh, man. Dude, that was a nice turn of phrase there.
Like, right? I think so, too. So we have two people talking about next-gen consoles in the news this week. One was Bethesda's marketing VP, Pete Hines, who is a boss. He is awesome. And you also have Lisa Su, who's the AMD CEO. So let's start with her, because I think this one got blown a little bit out of proportion. I think people took it a little bit too literally. She was quoted as saying, "We're working with both Sony and Microsoft on consoles." AMD, just so you guys know, they make CPUs. They make processors. They both have their specific secret sauce that we're helping them do.
Like they're literally putting mayonnaise mixed with ketchup on the processors.
So, yeah, literally. No, but I think people are reading it a little bit too much, saying that Sony or Microsoft is going to do something really unique with their console that's going to make it stand out above the rest. Secret sauce just means that PlayStation or Sony and Microsoft went to AMD and said, hey, here are the specifications that we are looking for our console to tailor it for the motherboard we're going to have, for the components we're planning on using. That's what they're tailoring. That's the secret sauce, is tailoring for the components that you are putting in your console. That could mean that there's something unique and, you know, a new user paradigm we haven't seen before, maybe, but I don't think that's the case. I think it just means tailoring it for existing components like RAM, the motherboard, your buses, your optical drives. They have optical drives, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of boring technical speak.
Exactly.
And it makes it sound a lot nicer. She's like, "Oh my god, have you seen all of the like new fucking DDR4, 5, 6 RAM?" And they're just like, jizz. But for us, it's like, I don't care. Does it work?
Yeah, that's exactly what nerd conversation sounds like. The other part that she mentioned... Have you seen
the L3 cache on that new Xbox?
The other part that she was quoted on was, quote, "The interesting thing about semiconductors is we're making decisions now that you won't see the outcome for 3, 4, 5 years. We've made some good decisions." So that kind of then just kind of pushes that again of, these consoles aren't coming out for a while, probably. If she linked those two statements together, these consoles aren't coming out for a while still. But again, it's so strange that we are talking this much about next-gen consoles when they're apparently 2 to 3 years away.
Yeah.
It's just very strange to me.
2021, man.
The other one isn't necessarily like an insight at all, although it's literally being labeled as an insight into next-gen. It's more of an insight into the industry and how the industry really operates. And it kind of, I think it just kind of humanizes someone like Pete Hines, or makes him more relatable. He said, "I am curious to see," Pete Hines again, sorry. "I'm curious to see what it looks like and how it's different. I'm privy to see stuff, which obviously I can't really talk about, but there's also a lot that I'm not sure on what it's going to look like, and more importantly, how big a shift we can expect." And the takeaway is just, he knows some stuff, of course, because he's making games on consoles that are not yet released, most likely. But he doesn't know everything yet. He has an excitement, too, about hearing about the PlayStation 5, how it's going to be marketed, what certain... Like, he might not even know what it looks like. He probably doesn't know what a PlayStation 5 looks like until it's announced.
It doesn't look like anything right now.
Yeah, it's probably literally just a box.
Gray box.
Yeah. It's actually kind of funny. If you even look at the Switch development kits, they're literally just boxes. They weren't even portable.
That's hot.
Yeah, very hot. I just thought that was kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
It was labeled really badly in the media saying, Pete Height's insight into next gen. And he literally said, I don't know much.
Pete Heine.
But good stuff there. Let's talk about something that's not so great.
In a little bit sadder news, Capcom Vancouver closes. They have ceased development, canceled one of their projects, and they are moving all of that major development back to Japan, where they have studios that are working on things that have been much more successful recently, like Monster Hunter World. There's a Skeleton Crew staying around until January 2019 for some operational work, but unfortunately, the studio behind Dead Rising 2, 3, 4, and currently working on 5 is no more. Pour one out for the homies.
Rumored to be working on 5, but probably. Yeah, never good to hear that a studio is closing down.
Actually, I think this was on Kind of Fun Games Daily yesterday. A lot of that team has actually already found jobs at EA Vancouver.
Oh, that's good.
Some other studio in Vancouver.
That's good. Good for them.
Yeah, and that's it for our regular old quest, right?
Yep, we're gonna go to the main quest now, which is all about Nintendo Direct.
What's a main quest?
So
you already said it. It's about Nintendo Direct. That's
yeah. Anyway, the Direct was supposed to be, I guess, 2 weeks ago, but it got delayed to a week ago because of the earthquake in Japan. I hope they do well in their recovery there. But
or as the Greeks call it, the Gaia quake.
The Gaia quake. Jesus Christ. So normally we kind of go through and just mention everything that happened in the event. We're just going to go through our highlights and what we liked the most, what we didn't like, and then kind of just some mixed stuff that we didn't necessarily hate, didn't necessarily love, but, you know. I don't think we have any set number of them. I think I said 5 to you, Chad, but there's no really set number.
Well, you said 5, so I did 5.
Okay. I couldn't even 5 bad things that I didn't like, because actually there wasn't that much bad.
Well, I thought of 5.
Well, good for you. I gave you a rubric that I did not follow myself.
Well, you fucking asshole.
I am an asshole.
I look like an idiot right now.
You look like a harder worker than I am.
I have 10 lines of things written, and I could have had 4.
Oh, no, I have 2 mixed things, so I still have 10 lines of written stuff, too.
Okay. At least we do the same amount of typing.
Let's go back and forth. So I don't have mine in any particular order, but let's start with the negatives.
All right, negatives.
So what did you not like? You go one, then I'll go one.
All right. One of the very first thing that I did not like was the NES, not the NES Classic, the NES
controller.
Online, Nintendo Online Service, downloadable, play your fucking NES games announcement, where they revealed all 20. They were all meh games. And that included, of course, yes, the NES Joy-Cons. First of all, the fact that you can only play the NES Online Service games with the NES controllers and you can't play anything else, bullshit. Second of all,
that's
the fact that
bullshit.
It costs $70 or $60 for the duo of those and you can only use them for that, bullshit.
Yeah, it's really, really stupid. That's actually on mine is there, so I agree with you on that one. I don't agree with the games. I think the games concept is cool, but yeah, the games themselves kind of suck.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Give me Dragon Warrior. Give me fucking...
I think maybe that stuff will get added, but they definitely could have picked some better games to launch with.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what the big deal would have been if they decided to front load some of that stuff in the launch and have a better launch and trickle out other games slowly over time, as opposed to start badly and then trickle in good games over time. You want the subscribers now.
$30 a year and put SNES and N64 on there, or charge $40 a year and put GameCube on there. Just fucking do it.
If they had SNES, I don't think that people would be complaining as much.
No,
but the fact that it's just NES is a problem.
Yeah. No one wants Balloon Fight. No one wants baseball.
I do want tennis, though.
No, get out of here, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, I'm down on that as well. Agreed. And actually, I have some thoughts on the NES games that I'll go further into next week when we talk about our full-on impressions.
Full-on rapist.
So, one of my negatives... Actually, you have 5 negatives, right?
Yep.
You go...
You want me to do another one? Okay.
No, you go, because NES controller was one of mine, so you go ahead and go.
Okay. Here's another fucking negative. The fact that cloud saves... This kind of came out a couple days beforehand, but the fact that cloud saves are not universal. Mm-hmm. So if you want to, I don't know, save your Splatoon 2 progress in all of your leaderboards, if you want to save your Pokemon, and they don't have Pokebank working with it yet, and, you fucking drop your Switch and it dies. Well, there go all your Pokemon. If you want to save your Dark Souls progress, you can't, because those fucking don't work with the fucking cloud service because of some
The Dark Souls one in
stupid...
particular really bugs me because that's the kind of game you put 60 hours into. I don't want to do 60 hours that again. It's also a really daunting game to play twice.
What's most egregious is that, yes, cloud saves are universal on Xbox 360 and Xbox One and PlayStation 4. They are built into their services, but also you can save them locally. You can move them onto a hard drive to back them up.
Yeah, exactly. There's other options. It's basically stupid. Pay for our online service or lose your content. Oh, pay for our online service and still lose your content.
Yep, so stupid.
It's not great.
But it'll be there for your Mario Tennis progress.
So here's the thing: I just put Nintendo Online service as like a mixed.
Oh, spoiler alert! All 5 of my negatives are the 5 different areas of Nintendo Online service.
Yeah. So for mixed, I put Nintendo Online service because I don't think it's fully bad, but
no. The more I've been thinking over the past few days, the more I'm just upset with the whole thing.
I'm not upset with the whole thing because it's better than having nothing. And it's so much cheaper that the downfalls are more understandable. If it cost $60, it would be ridiculous. I think people are reacting as if this were $60. Why is the price a consideration for you?
Cheap enough is not an excuse to charge money for it. Secondly, it's not better than what we already had for free.
It is better than what we already had for free.
It's not better than what we already had for free.
At least I can save something in the cloud. At least I have that option.
No.
That's is better than nothing.
To save a third of the games that you care about in the cloud, not worth it.
I disagree. I think it's better than nothing.
Yeah, well, your opinion's wrong, so.
So I think that there are some bad sides to it, but I don't think it's entirely bad. Anyway, let me pull my list here. I'm going to take a different direction with my negatives.
Okay.
I'm going to say more 3DS games in 2019.
Oh, yeah. God
Why? At this point, at least the 3DS games they're announcing for 2019, or at least we'll say from here on out, are mostly remakes.
And ones that we don't give a shit about, so we don't care that they're not coming to Switch.
The only one I kind of give a shit about is Luigi's Mansion. But Luigi's Mansion remake, this Kirby Epic Yarn, or Extra Epic Yarn remake, or remaster, or whatever you want to call it, port is the better term. And then, what was the other one? Oh, the Bowser's Inside Story. Is that the one that's coming out? Bowser's Inside Story? Yeah, that's also a port. They're all ports. So they're kind of clearly not investing as much resources. They don't actually care about releasing really good quality new original titles on 3DS anymore. So these are past that, but I just get rid of all of it. Like, why did that resource have to be devoted to bring 3DS users Kirby Extra Yarn? No one cares. Are they really going to sell that much of that game to make it worth it?
We'll never know. But apparently,
exactly.
Apparently it will.
Apparently it will. I got 3 negatives / mixed.
Go.
What do you have left? Do you want to go?
My 3 remaining ones are the smartphone app.
Let's just go through all that stuff
offers.
then, since they're all related.
It's all online. Special
offers is dumb just because it's nothing. They didn't even say what the offers were.
Exactly.
The smartphone app we'll see in practice, but I think most people are reasonably skeptical about that one. And what was the other one?
Online play with compatible games.
Yeah, we went through the list though, and there was 122 games.
Yeah, I know, but that was just
which is
needed 5 things, and
a very small amount of the full games there. But at least again, it's better than. Well, it's not in this case. In that case, it's not better than nothing because we had online for free before. Now we're paying for online for some stuff.
Yep.
So in that case, it is worse. But I disagree with the cloud saves. I'd rather have something saved in the cloud than nothing saved in the cloud. But I think in this case, you're right. This is better. This is worse than nothing.
That's all my 5.
Cool. I'm going to go through my 1 more negative and 2 more mixed.
Go.
Negative. Splatoon 2 marketing. It's always terrible. I hate the Splatoon 2 marketing. It's some stupid, awful, dumb rock song with footage of a game that I kind of know about, but I don't know it very well. So when they just show a new gun, I don't immediately know that it's a new gun. But that's how they announce it.
Maybe that marketing was not for you.
But the marketing should be for, oh, wow, that gun looks really cool. I want to play Splatoon again. Not, oh, my God, I spend 1 million hours of Splatoon every single week. I see a gun I want to play. I was going to play it anyway. Cool. That's bad marketing. If you're appealing too much to people who are already going to do it anyway, you should be appealing to people who wouldn't have done it anyway. Anyway. Doesn't make sense to me. I hate the marketing. It's awful. My other two are mixed. So one mix is Final Fantasy is mixed for me. There are some Final Fantasy games that are coming out on Switch that I'm very excited about. Final Fantasy 12, probably going to buy that next year when it comes out. And then like you have the kind of PlayStation classic ones, the Final Fantasy 7. What was it? 7? Was it 7, 8, 9?
No, 8.
So, no, 8. Okay, just 7 and 9. I'm excited about playing Final Fantasy 7. Like I was more excited about hearing Final Fantasy 7's coming to Switch than I am about it coming to PlayStation Classic.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So, like I like that, but then you have the other games, which are like Chocobo Mystery Dungeon and
Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't care about those Final Fantasy games. Why did they spend all the resources getting all these other ones on there? Oh, they had 10 and 10-2 are coming as well. Yep. I really want to see a smaller amount of Final Fantasy games just to kind of start things off than just saying, hey, we have everything now. I don't know. It just felt like a waste of time to me.
I'm sure Square is seeing so much success with their shit. They're just like, get everything there now before it dies.
Yeah, no, I'm sure, but I don't know. There were so many. Most of the games they announced for Final Fantasy were kind of crappy Final Fantasy games, so I don't really care too much. Also,
the thing, like, those games are already available almost everywhere else already, so I'm sure they're just like, let's quickly get them on Switch too, so that we can have parity.
Yeah. My other mixed one, really short here, just focusing on Mario Tennis Aces at all.
Oh, yeah.
I was excited about that game when I played the demo of it before it came out, the network test for it, and then I got the game and just spent literally 2 hours in it.
I think we both agreed last time. That's a game we both regret spending full price on.
Yeah. But those are kind of not so hot things from the announcements of the Nintendo Direct. Let's talk about what we liked about the Direct.
I like that Super Mario U Deluxe coming out.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you there.
I was a fan of 2D Mario.
2D Mario U is good, yeah. I just can't wait to play this game online with people. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not going to play it online with people.
You're not going to play it online with me?
No, I'm not going to play it online with you.
Aww.
I fucking love Overcooked 2. We still can't find time to play that.
Yeah, I know, that's true.
If we're going to play online, we're going to play Overcooked 2, or we're going to play Balloon Fight.
Well, we could play Overcooked 2 tomorrow night after we record on Tequila with Daniel.
No, we've got launch.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, have fun with that. New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, I'm on board with that too. That's a positive for me as well. The release date, I think, is strange. January 11th. I think it's a strange release date for it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get it anyway. Actually, want to know what? It's not a strange release date. Want to know why? Because they didn't have almost anything early this year at all. What was the first game that came out on Switch that was Kirby, and that was towards the end of February?
Oh, yeah.
So they actually probably should have this that early in the year, because that game's going to sell like crazy. That's going to sell really big copies, which means they're going to be selling really strong early on next year.
Yeah.
So that actually maybe wasn't a bad choice. What else do you got for me, Chad?
Yoshi's Crafted World.
Really?
Yeah, it looks super cute. Gives me some Yoshi's Island vibes. I love that you can play the whole game backwards too.
That is cool.
That does different shit. I'm intrigued by it. I'm happy to see it, and as long as it's not a baby game for babies, I'll probably pick it up.
I mean, it's going to be a baby game for babies, unless you go to look for everything, because that's how Yoshi games worked.
I don't know. We'll see. Yoshi's Island was not a baby game for babies.
I haven't played Yoshi's Island, but I might soon.
It's on your SNES Classic.
I know. I'm glad they called it Yoshi's Crafted World. That's a great name for it, I think, because the rumored name was Yoshi's Flipped World, which was
flipping off the world, man.
Exactly. It's like Yoshi's fucking world. It's just the worst name for a game. It's probably gonna be played by kids.
Yoshi's flipping world.
Yoshi's flipping world. So what game I was intrigued by at this Direct? It's a positive for me, but not because I actually care about the game.
What's that?
That is Game Freak's Town.
Oh yeah, I don't want this at all.
I don't want this game at all either, to be perfectly frank. But it did show off the engine that Game Freak is working on. For those who don't know, Game Freak makes Pokemon.
Pokemon!
This was a fully 3D world. And granted, the game Town takes place in a single town. So there's not a lot to their 3D world, but it's a 3D engine nonetheless. And I think if they made that engine, they're going to use that for Pokemon, the next generation Pokemon. Because they've said that Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee is not the next generation title, which would suggest that the art style is also not the next gen art style.
I have a
question. Me, at least. Yeah.
Does this game include Ben Affleck, and does it have heists?
I didn't even think about that. That's hysterical. The answer is yes, it does.
Woo! Sold.
So I'm not excited about the game Town at all. Don't care about it, not going to buy it, but it makes me excited about Pokemon next year and what that could look like.
Yep. And then my last positive, which I know you abhor, is I'm actually very happy to see Assassin's Creed Odyssey coming day and date to Switch in Japan as a stream-only.
Did you say that
title.
Like literally just to bug me? Because my blood started to boil a little bit.
Nope. I legitimately love that that's happening.
Why? It's so... Oh my god.
Because
it's such
for
a
markets
idea.
the markets that it works well in, it gives Switch parity with other consoles. And I think that's a really cool thing. And I know, it's not right for you. It's not right for America. But it works for Japan.
It's stupid. They should just put the game on there if they wanted to have the game on there.
They can't, or your Switch would blow up.
Well, then people's Switches will be blowing up because it's stupid. People's Switches blowing up is less dumb than having a cloud streaming only game. It's dumb.
Nah.
It's dumb. Nah. Is that all the positives that you had?
Hey, Super Mario Run was a cloud streaming only game.
Super Mario Run was not a cloud streaming only game.
No, but it was an always online game. What's the difference between a cloud streaming only game and an online only?
The game that has to connect to the internet.
In your eyes.
Yeah, I mean, can I answer your question? It's a very easy answer. The game that has to connect to the internet just to check in is still being processed on the phone, which means that I'm not going to be skipping and having a laggy connection with the game.
But that's not your problem with the streaming service. Your problem with the streaming service is like, oh, that defeats the point of the handheld. You can't play it on
It does, because the game is not being processed on the Switch.
Yeah. Well, even if you were playing one that's processed on the Switch, and it was still an online-only game, you couldn't play it on an airplane.
I'm saying streaming only. I'm not saying online only. I'm saying streaming only.
No, but it is this for your argument. Not, it's the same between the two.
It
Both
is not,
of them
because my problem. No, it is not the same, because my problem is that the game is not being processed on the Switch.
That's not your problem. You said last time your problem was it defeats the purpose of the handheld.
Yes, it defeats the purpose of the handheld because it's not being processed on the Switch. It's the same argument.
No, it's not.
It is the same argument.
No, it's not.
If it's not a problem being a handheld because it can be streaming and being a handheld game.
You can't double stamp a triple stamp.
What?
You can't double stamp a triple stamp.
I don't know what that means, but it philosophically doesn't match with what the Switch is, and it's lazy to say we want this game on there. We'll just stream it.
That's not lazy. That's a magnificent marvel of technology.
It'd be less lazy to make the game run on Switch.
No, it would make the game a potato to put it on the Switch.
Not necessarily.
It would. It would have for Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
For that game
would look like
for that game, yes,
Duke and a half.
But you could have gotten Resident Evil 7 running on a Switch.
No,
the graphics would have been dropped a lot, but yeah, you could have got that game running.
No,
I think you could have, absolutely.
No,
if they can
but
get that
we've had this
game,
conversation before.
It would look like PlayStation VR version in terms of graphic quality, just not in VR.
For those of you who stick around to the end of the episode, I'm going to put Holden's side of the conversation from last time that didn't get corrupted, where he mentioned it was just about the online connectivity. Holden, don't listen to what I just said.
But
just kidding. I'm not going to do that. That's too much work. Who cares?
No, but the point though is not that the online connectivity is a problem because it's not being processed on the device. That's my issue with it. The lagging and the stuttering is not going to happen if it's being processed on the device. It will happen if it's based on an internet connection. My argument hasn't changed.
So your problem is that it's going to be laggy and stuttery. Your problem is not that
it could be. It could be. It just depends on where you are. So you're making this. So when we were talking last time, you were making this argument that the internet infrastructure in Japan is a lot better, and that generally they have Wi-Fi everywhere you would go for the most part.
Right.
But there's going to be some areas where it's spotty and you're switching between connections. Like if you're on a train and you're doing this, you're going to be jumping between different Wi-Fi hotspots. If the Wi-Fi hotspot's in the train, I guess it's not so much of a problem. No, it depends on where those hotspots are. What was that?
It's in the train.
Okay. But the point is that if you're switching between different locations or something like that, it's going to change the connection you're having to make to the Switch, which means there's an opportunity for the lag to occur. If the program is expecting you to have a randomly just pick 15 megabytes per second connection because that's what it had a second ago, and then it doesn't because you switched to new Wi-Fi hotspot around you, that's going to be a problem playing the game. But if it was being processed locally on the Switch, that wouldn't be a problem.
But if it was processed locally on the Switch, and you jump between Wi-Fi hotspots and it's an online-only game, you lose that connection and you're kicked back out anyway.
It depends on how the online-only game functions.
No, if it's an online, requires a main, like Monster Hunter World, you have to be online 100% of the time, and if you lose it, you get kicked back out.
Yeah.
Boom, you're out.
That game's also not on Switch, though. That game is...
No, but hypothetically, if a game were to function in that way, like Monster Hunter World, that would also break it for you on the Switch.
Yeah, but that's totally irrelevant because that game's not on Switch.
Okay, so Monster Hunter next one that comes out that requires an online.
Okay, but again, connection. You're talking about a hypothetical that does not relevant.
You're talking about a hypothetical that doesn't even matter anyway.
I'm not talking about hypothetical. That can actually happen.
Hold on. We're moving on. Next up on our fucking shit. Wait, that might be it. Wait, do you have anything else left to talk about?
Oh shit! What the heck just happened?
Oh shit! Did you die? Oh, no. I also have another positive on here. Tabletop stuff.
No. Stop
I'm into tabletop stuff.
I can't select the... Okay. Am I recording still? 1 second.
I
moved my iPad off my laptop, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if I'm recording anymore. Am I recording still? I think I still am. I just made me look like an idiot.
Yeah, you did.
Yep, I am.
You did. I'm not going to cut that out.
Don't. I look like an idiot. It's fine.
You dumb bitch. I enjoyed the tabletop announcements. I haven't played any of those tabletop games, but I probably won't anyway, because they're available other places too, and I have more access to those and probably cheaper on iPad than it is on that, but I enjoy that they're there.
Yeah, same here. Catan, I'm a big fan of Catan. That's coming to Switch. Very cool. I have Catan on many platforms. Don't need it again on Switch, but it's cool that it exists.
Yay! And that's the end of my list.
Okay, I have 3 more positives.
Oh my gosh! Did you test positive for the HIV?
Unless I've already mentioned these. Did you have 5 positives? Did we go through all your positives already?
Mine was Super Mario U, Yoshi's Crafted World, Tabletop, Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we went through yours, but okay, I see what happened. All right, so my other 3 are Animal Crossing for Switch 2019. Oh my god, I cannot wait. That's going to be so awesome. But also, from a business perspective, knowing Animal Crossing is coming out next year and knowing that Pokemon's coming out next year, those are 2 really big franchises.
Woo!
Coming out next year. Mario is starting off next year. 2019 is looking really good for the Switch already.
Yeah, it's got 2 cool games and 1 piece of shit game.
No, it's got 3 cool games.
No.
You just don't like Animal Crossing. But...
You're right.
The other positives, Katamari Damacy reroll. Oh my gosh, can't wait for that game. That's going to be fun.
Good for that game. You can play that for the first time. It's remastered for the first time since its original release.
And just a fun game. Luigi's Mansion 3 is my last positive. They didn't show off anything. It doesn't make 2019 any better of a year for the Switch, I don't think, because I don't think it's going to sell that many copies. Well, they didn't show much. They showed a little bit of gameplay, but not a lot. And I'm just excited because I like that franchise a lot. Or at least I liked Luigi's Mansion on 3DS. The second one. I never played the first one.
What if the first one and the third one are completely different and you feel like a loser?
What?
I don't know. I'm tired. I'm sick. I'm ready to go.
Okay. Did I misspeak or did you mishear me? Because I think we're on different pages there. Okay.
No, you said that you love the franchise. And then you said, wait, I actually love number 2. I said, what if 1 and 3 are different and you look like a loser?
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
You're not on the right page because you don't listen to me, Holden, which is why you never understood the argument about cloud save or cloud gaming.
I just said we're not on the
We're
right
done
page.
with that conversation, though.
I can't go any further to Luigi's Mansion because Chad said no.
Yep. What's next on your list?
No, that was it. That's all the positives that I have.
Oh, shit. Well, guys... Tell us your impressions of Nintendo Direct on the Twitter. Earn your spot on the participation trophy. And next week, somebody's winning some money. Oh, speaking of next week, normally we'd go into our end game here, but we didn't have any interrogatives. I'm not going to try to recreate the magic that was BuzzFeed Presents, which bullshit NPS or NPC character are you based on the novel Push by Sapphire. Just because I already read it once, we both laughed a lot, and you can't catch lightning in a bottle twice. That's the saying? I don't know.
Which is a shame, because I think it was our most offensive one ever.
Maybe.
Easily.
What was your name? You were Tarlisle the Bitch Witch. That was
Yes, that was me. Yep.
Or the Witch Witch. It was great. Anyway, maybe it'll be available somewhere. Participation trophy next week. Somebody wins $20. Go listen to another episode if you want the explanation. Barf. This is important. Listen up, baby birds. Barf is Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest. We're delaying it a week because we're both lazy assholes and we waited too long. So the first week of October will be October 2nd. That will be our discussion of the Barf. You're welcome. Take an extra week, play it. If you've already played it, tell us what you thought of it, and also send us a letter with a kiss in it. And that's all we've got for you this week. Go listen to part 1, listen to part 2, go home, hug your mom, say she's great. Holden, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we sign off? Great. Everyone have a great night.
Covered all of it. Okay, bye.
I'm kidding. I did that as a joke, but really, if you have... Okay.
No, it's okay, Chad. All right,
bye, I'll see you next week.
See everyone. Bye.